Hello everyone, welcome to Chuck's Guitar Geekery. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try to put in my 2 cents around the Gibson Play Authentic video controversy. If you're like me and you have no life and you've been on the internet on anything guitar related in the past week, you've noticed that there's quite a backlash against Gibson at the moment. And this time, it's not for the quality of their guitars, or all the jokes that came around because they went bankrupt last year. It's because it came out with a half good and half completely bizarre and misguided promotional video on their social media and YouTube platforms, trying to tell us to play authentic for the first half of it. And then they went off on this tangent, pretty much saying, hey, guitar manufacturers, if you make anything that slightly resembles anything we've ever done in the history of our company, we're gonna sue you. If they would have stuck with the first half of this video, I think we'd be singing their praises right now. If not singing their praises, it would have just gotten lost in the mix of all the other promotional material we see every day. And I get where he was trying to go with the video. It's their new brand ambassador, I think is his title, Mark Agnesi, which I've seen him for years on Norm's Rare Guitar videos. Seems like he knows what he's talking about with guitars, but I don't know what kind of marketing background he has. I think the point of this video was, if you look at the past, pretty much all the innovations that Gibson has come up with in the 21st century, guitarists haven't wanted most of them. So the point he was trying to drive to in the video was, everything that's industry standard now, those were once innovations back in the day that Gibson did, or stole from Fender. And they're saying, there's all these other companies out there that try to make Gibson-like guitars, but they're not the same as playing a Gibson. So if you want those Gibson-style qualities, why not play a Gibson and be authentic? And as, from a marketing standpoint, it's not a bad message. I could understand that. And frankly, I would probably, I would see it once and it would get lost in the shuffle of all the other marketing material we all see every day. But then he went on that bizarre rant about copyright infringement and how if you even think of Gibson, they're going to sue you. If you have a guitar with a single cutaway, they're going to sue you. If you open a book and have it sitting on your table and it has that open book headstock look to it, if you're looking at the book from the right angle, they'll sue you too. If Mark would have just stuck to, hey, all these innovations that everyone loves about guitars these days, Gibson did it. Come to the source. We did it first. We did it best. Come to us. Gibson, just hire me for your marketing. I'll work for you. And no, I'm not getting paid by Gibson. Frankly, I don't even own a Gibson right now. The only Gibson I've ever owned was a SG, and guess what? I looked at it the wrong way and the headstock snapped off. I just sneezed on the other side of the room. The headstock snapped off. I farted 2 miles away, and guess what? The headstock snapped off. Maybe you want to work on that, Gibson. It's just, this is so unfortunate because Gibson is an iconic brand. I grew up with a Led Zeppelin poster on my wall, seeing Jimmy Page with that 59 burst. Like, that is what I aspired to my entire youth playing guitar. Just getting that Les Paul, slaking it down to here, playing it through a Marshall stack, and being a rock god. None of those came true. So instead I'm here in my basement rambling into my phone, trying to get some subscribers on YouTube. But Gibson had done so much work after the embarrassment of robotic tuners and just all sorts of stuff that no one in the guitar community asked for. And on top of that, quality control went downhill, and they paid the price by having to file bankruptcy because people weren't buying it. And when the new CEO came in from Levi's jeans, because what's more rock and roll than jeans? Keep it high and tight. He seemed like he understood where the brand needed to go and how to get them on track. And I haven't played one personally, but, all the reviews I've seen of the 2019 Gibsons and the new ones that he's kind of spearheaded and brought out were all on the up and up. It seemed like Gibson was finally getting on track. And then this video came out. And then right after that, I think some people did some digging and saw they had filed a lawsuit against Dean Guitars. Specifically their parent company. I think it covers both Dean Guitars and Luna Guitars. And they had filed that back in May. So it's not like they released the video then did the lawsuit. I think the lawsuit is something that's been in play for a long time. Someone probably higher up in the food chain kept that moving. Mark Agnesi probably did this video at someone's direction. It's a big company, it's a big bureaucracy, stuff like this. I'm sure a lot of people are working in stovepipes. Maybe they knew that, some lawsuits were coming. Maybe they didn't know one had already been filed or one was coming, but when the right hand doesn't talk to the left hand in an organization like that, bad things can happen, and this is one of them. So Gibson, if you ask me, just apologize for the video, say it was done in poor taste. People sue each other all the time, the courts will decide, and just focus on, because the newer guitars seem to be getting back to what made them good back in the day, and that's where this Play Authentic, I think, would have been a good segue to tell people, hey, we did it first, we did it best, come to us. But now Play Authentic is probably going to be the brunt of every joke of anything you guys do for a little while. So, you messed up. All you can do now is just start making quality guitars. And frankly, the people that are ripping on Gibson for doing this move are probably not going to buy a Gibson anyways. And if they do, it'll be bottom of the barrel secondhand. Because Gibsons really are top of the line when you think of guitars. Fender has their eye on stuff too, and their classics. But Gibson, it's really collectors and professionals that play it. All of us schlubs on the internet just poking fun at this probably weren't going to buy one anyways. And honestly, this guitar I'm holding here is what they call a lawsuit era guitar. I think the brand was Memphis. It's a body from one. But I guess we're about to enter a new lawsuit era. So this will be lawsuit era Rev 1 that I put an aftermarket neck on. A flying V neck. Also a Gibson copyright. I guess if I tried to sell this, maybe they'll come after me. But this guitar is a unsightly beast, and I will probably hold on to it because I have fun playing it. And frankly, I'm holding it because I don't know what else to do with my hands, because without a guitar, I'm lost. Anyways, I think I've rambled long enough. In summary, just Gibson, if you're taking your guitars back to kind of the original innovations you guys came up with, and you're trying to tell people, hey, if you want these things that you love about guitars, come to us. We did it first. Let the quality of your guitars do the talking. Don't publicly threaten people. And it's 2019. No one likes a bully. I know you said in your video you're trying not to be a bully, but totally came off like a bully. What can I say? I think I've rambled on long enough. So Gibson, keep your head up. You're trying to erase this from the internet, but it's not going to happen, so you might as well lean into it, apologize, and move forward. So, till next time, cheers.